live life like a renegade drifter, losing myself on the open road, running from the pains of a sinner, 'cause ain't no band-aid for a broken soul.
Catch me riding dirty, trying to 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 catch me riding dirty. My music's so loud, I'm swinging. They hoping that they gon' catch me riding dirty, trying to 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 catch me way on the grind.
Like a renegade drifter, losing myself on the open road, running from the pains of a sinner, 'cause ain't no band-aid for a broken soul.
Hey everybody, welcome to Left Lane with Lefty. Tonight we're going to have a good show. I got some things I've been out doing today. Someone actually sent me one hell of a camera. I had a viewer send me a camera. This sucker is sweet. Nice little Canon Rebel. Oh yeah, I got all kinds of lenses and everything for this bad boy. And I do appreciate that follower that sat there and sent that to me. But I do want to say thank you and I appreciate it. So tonight we're going to jump in here. I got a couple of guests sitting already in the back that are waiting to jump in. They're itching on the trigger. So further ado, we're going to go ahead and start bringing these people in. But before I do, I want to thank everybody for everything that's going on. I also want to say happy Memorial Day for the fallen soldier. Everybody thinks Memorial Day is for saying thanks to a soldier. Actually, Memorial Day is for the fallen soldier, the man that didn't make it back. That's what today is about. Veterans Day is for thanking a vet and a soldier. So just to let people know, we're not going to get those two mixed up. And today is Memorial Day, and it is for, well, actually Monday is, but this show is going to be partly part of that, and that's what that's for. So further ado, I am going to bring in this gentleman here, and then I'll bring you in there here in a minute, Pimpin'. So just bear with me for a minute. So no further ado, I'm bringing this gentleman in. Y'all may have known him. You all probably have seen him. And what happened was I actually got on one of his lives during an accident. And he was sitting in traffic and there was a 3 or 4 car pileup and then a tractor trailer laid over on its side out on 75 or 74 and 85. And we started talking and we went from there. So he wanted to come on. He had some things he wanted to talk about. So I told him more the merrier. So here we are. How you doing, sir?
How you doing? Thank you for having me on, brother.
Not a problem, brother.
Everybody might know me. I'm Ramblin Rick. And like he said, you know, he was on one of my lives and we were sitting there trying to get home and a bad accident occurred. Tractor trailer and 4-car pile up, and it was in North Carolina. But I just want to thank, you know, everyone, truckers, soldiers, vets, for everything they're doing across this nation right now, because we are in a crisis. A lot of people ain't woke up and seen it, but we are in a crisis. Truckers across this nation and I'm talking company drivers to owner operators, are hurting. And
Well, while we're doing that, let me bring this man in because he is a vet and he is a driver. You probably know him. You probably seen him. No further ado, let me bring in Pimpin. How you doing, Pimpin?
Doing pretty good.
You know that man up there?
I've heard about it, but I don't know him as far as having an eye on him.
Uh-oh.
that's
Well,
right.
this is Pimpin. This is Kelly Shane Richardson. He drives for Hallahan Transport,
Okay.
and he's a dear good friend of mine. So, but I told him we were having a conversation, and he wanted to come in and be part of it. So I'll let you go ahead and finish what you were doing, and then we can give you whatever we can give you.
Yeah. First of all, I just recently come out with Canada, and I've been working behind the scenes on a lot of different things over the years. I've seen a lot of different things across this world, and I am part of an association called Global Freedom Fighters of the World, and we only come out during crisis situations. But we go to different rallies, different events across the world. We all get together. We communicate with one another. And I just want to say, that now we as truckers, especially the truckers, we've got to stand up and unite together because they're killing our industry every day. And
Yep.
I've seen and I've talked to anybody that knows we are always busy and we are always at different rallies. We are always on, and we've talked to even big, they're hurting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because of the rise of everything going up, fuel, food, and not enough help. That's the main thing. There's not enough help in these industries to even load our trucks. And it's sad to say. And a lot of trucks just can't make the places because there's a shortage. Because just this month alone, over 800 owner operators hung up keys. We're on borderline.
I hate to say it, that's one of them right there.
Yeah.
He hung up his owner operator keys, but he's working for someone else.
It's sad because I drive Big Blue, and Big Blue is my life.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only truck I have, but that truck has done me well. But now with the fuel prices are high, we're scrounging to find cheap fuel, which ain't even out there anymore. The mom and pop truck stops are about gone.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, these franchise companies has took over them truck stops, and now the CEO of Pilot. I've never seen the man be in tears and hold his head down to make an announcement that DEF is running out because it's hauled by rail cars. Well, me and Dixie was in Nebraska. Okay, seen all the rail cars parked empty. They're not even running.
Baby.
Not even running in a lot of places.
That for you.
No, and then you got just this week, just a couple of days ago, they had a fertilizer train derail.
Yeah.
And lost all that fertilizer. And they said it'd be 2 to 3 weeks before they can get it cleaned up and be able to reship it if what is salvageable.
And with the baby formula and other things are going to be exactly the same. We're going to be running out on the shelves because of everything going on. It ain't that we're out of it. It's that it's in the warehouses. We've had people around these warehouses to where it's at and found it and are sitting there watching it. And it's stocked full. You just can't get the trucks over there because the freight rates are so low. The fuel is so high. You can't hardly run just eating everything anymore.
No. You can't unless you're a big mega and you got special deals on fuel.
Yeah. So we're putting together an event June the 4th, Michigan, Detroit. We were at the Ambassador Bridge in January with Canada, holding it strong, both bridges, because of what's going on with our governments across the world. They're making money, and they're taking from we the people daily, slowly.
Yeah.
This, the only way it's going to get back up is we the people to stand up across all nations and fix this problem together in unity. But they have got us so divided between media and the government, and even the people themselves are divided. But now it's time that we've got to come together and show them, remind them that we the people run this nation. And that's the only way the economy is going to get straightened out. The government does not straighten the economy out. They're only there to fill their pockets and make money off of we the people. And it's a proven fact. And it has been for years. And they're only getting more greedy now. And they're putting more in a crisis. But, you know, the car industry is to their favor. The oil, the vaccinations is to their favor.
Yep. And as Justice says, you're absolutely right.
They're making money off of daily. And that's how they're strengthening up and weakening the people by keeping them divided and at the house in a panic situation.
Well, the biggest thing on that though is you've got these owner operators, 1, 2, 3, 4 trucks, whatever, all in cheap shit.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That's exactly right. And these
Charles can tell you firsthand, the man I drive for, if he ain't making $9 to $10 million a year profit, he's not gonna haul shit.
No, he won't either.
He won't. He came from nothing. My boss came from nothing and built a very well-known show truck empire. A very well-known empire. We don't haul freight. He won't haul it. We'll sit. And I have sat because freight was not good enough for me to move. That's where the biggest problem is right now. The freight rates have dropped. Yes, they have. They've dropped 50% in the last 3 months. But you've got these guys that are hauling stuff that was $5, $6, $7 a mile 3 months ago, and they're hauling it for $1.50 a mile.
Yeah.
When you can't haul for $1.50 a mile right now, when the fuel surcharge on the national average is 75 cents a mile, you're not going to make any money.
Yeah.
And that's where the big problem is. You've got these cutthroat guys that'll just haul this shit, and you get 10,000 of them that are hauling it for that price, and you've got another 500,000 to 1 million owner operators that can't haul it for that. And these brokers are trying to rape us hand over fist. You can't do that. There's a bottom line you have to run at. You have to figure out where your bottom line's at and stay above that bottom line when you're bidding on a load. Because if your bottom line is $2.50 a mile and you're bidding a load at $2.55 a mile or $2.60, you're not making any money.
No, not.
And like John says, it's not all these owner operators that are hauling cheap freight. It's others that are hauling cheap freight. And I tell you, the worst ones is, believe it or not, is Swift, Knight, all them, because they're willing to grab whatever because they can figure, well, we can haul cheap freight to this one, and then we can get the better load to our dedicated. We can run it and then grab another cheap freight. They're still looking at making money because they can get 10 to 20 of their trucks to haul that cheap freight, which equals out. It pays their fuel bill.
You want me to tell you something? You want me to tell you something that's going to shock you, Charles?
What's that?
You know where our best paying loads are that we run?
Probably out of Florida.
No. JB Hunt, Swift, and Knight Logistics.
Really?
Yes. Believe it or not. JB Hunt 360, Swift Knight Logistics, and Uber Freight is where our biggest paying loads are.
Damn.
Yeah. And
John's
they're paying,
exactly
and they're
right.
paying,
And
they're paying above average.
You're right, John. They are doing that. But like John says, they're exactly right. They're hauling their own stuff for the taking the gravy off the top at the farm and out of the other shit, as he calls it. But yeah, exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, but when they broker that stuff out, though, Charles, they actually lose money.
Yeah.
They lose money to pay us to haul it for them.
Well, that's because they also know that you guys are not going to be hauling cheap. You're not going to haul it cheap.
Exactly. And like I said, right now, rates are horrible. I mean, $253 a mile average right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the national is. Nightly, but I mean, and the funny part is, dry van right now has got a better national average than reefer, flatbed, OD, and everything else.
It's more demand. It's a more demand on dry van because it's running out. That's what's running out on the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
I haul a dry van every day, and I'm getting $2 to $3 a mile, like you said. That's the average.
Right.
And
3 months ago, it was 10 times that.
yeah, 3 months ago,
in high demand. Yeah.
fuel was down 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Rates were a little higher because we were hauling loads for $5.
Yep.
And now it's just hit rock bottom, and the fuel's steadily climbing.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuel's climbing? It's because our government's putting it in that situation, not only in the U.S., but across every country.
Yeah.
That's why they're fighting. That's why Russia's doing what they did. Ukraine did what they did. It's all about how our government is putting it across there like that because of the electric. They want it to all go electric industries, cars, trucks.
Yeah, they're claiming that better and all this other stuff, but you and everybody else know that that's not energy efficient because a lithium mine and a battery puts out more emissions and more carbon and more acid than a diesel motor does all day long.
Yep. Hold on. And John Freese says we're hauling some back roads back we've never done before, which means we are making better money hauling some of the loads back than what we did before on the loads.
Yeah, backhauls.
Yeah. He works for Potato King, and they run the northwest down to Cali area, and that's where they mainly run. He runs Wyoming, Wisconsin, Wyoming, up into Washington and all that, going up in that area. And then Carla, she runs Wisconsin down to Cali and then back up home.
And here's the thing I've seen, and a lot of others have seen across the globe, that there's more and more big companies, such as like Swift and others. A lot of their trucks are sitting. They're cutting back.
Yeah.
They have to.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you right now, where I'm at, and with me going to Caterpillar, I've seen more trucks sitting in Caterpillar. And here's the thing: is the money being able to fix this stuff on top of it, because you're not just looking at the freight and fuel, but now you got repairs. These guys were running these trucks hard while the money was good. Now they're trying to get the trucks repaired. Now they can't even get into the shops because hell, Kenworth across the street from Cat, their lots are so full that you couldn't stick another truck in there, and they got them parking out there in front of each other now, and they can't even get them in. And they're telling them it could be up to a month before we can get you in to fix it.
Yeah.
Or get the part to fix it.
Exactly what we've been running into out there on the road. My truck has broke down a couple times. I went to several gloves, several TAs. They tell me the same story. Look, we're backed up, and we can't fix it. So literally, you're stranded.
Yeah.
And having to wait and wait.
What's you say, Kelly?
Hold on, Charles.
I heard her yell. I just couldn't tell what she said.
Hey, my BFF, Charles.
What's up, BFF? But she's good people, I'm telling you.
But we put together a Zello channel for truckers and kids to unite one another. And it's Big Blue for Freedom. And we're about freedom. And that's what we've been doing across this nation. A bunch of us in different states and different countries. Because if the rise, we the people. Because if we all don't rise, we're going to be defeated by the government. We're going to be pushed so far down, we can't get up.
You see that comment? You see that comment, Rick? Can you read it?
I can't read it, Charles.
All right. It says, this is Randall Rissenbeck, United Media Group. Hello, Ramblin' Rick.
Hello, brother. How are you doing today?
And it says Alabama here. So yeah, I guess they're in Alabama.
Roll on, Bama.
John Cruz says California, Northwest, Arizona, Texas, but we haul dedicated out and back. Usually, what we're putting on a couple extra trucks because there is more money going out than it is coming back, making more gravy.
Mm-hmm.
We can understand that.
Yeah.
And Mr. Scott says, Charles, everything is going to slow down due to fuel and rates dropping, but it will rise back in due time. Yeah, well, Scott, I know it's going to rise back, but here's the problem. When is it going to rise back? Because the man that we have that's in the office is already done trying to kill the fuel. He's trying to kill it.
Yeah, he don't want it. He's wanting to get rid of it. Like I said, they got stock. They got high stocks in what they're wanting to do.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to do world order.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing now. Y'all look at everything that's going on right now.
Uh-huh.
Midterm coming up. If you notice how all these scare tactics are coming out now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they're the Democrats, and I'm sorry for anybody that votes for a Democrat. They're realizing that their skin is fixing to get burned because the House and the Senate is going back to the Republicans in midterms. All this stuff they're trying to push right now, they're trying to get it pushed in before midterms to make everybody panic. Which it's a revolving door. It always is. It's always got something to do with politics. But
well, like Scott says, hopefully after November things will change.
Yep.
And he says it's after midterms elections is when it's going to. And then Jessica says, which is actually the other one, watching y'all, I'll be sharing to all groups, please put out info on Michigan stand, and I'll provide a PDF legal readiness for a national petition. You know what I mean. Sorry.
But
Go ahead, Kelly.
it's gonna come to the midterm. Midterm election comes in, and the Republicans take the House and Senate. Things are gonna get better. Yes, we got to ride the lightning right now. Yes, we've got
Yes, we do.
to deal with
But here's
everything
the thing.
going on
But here's
right
the
now.
thing. Look at
But
what's coming out right now since they're
Yeah.
not getting their way. Look what's happening.
oh, I know.
Who in the hell leaves a school door open knowing that you, yeah. I mean, we just had this week. An 18-year-old kid killed 19 and plus 2 teachers.
Yeah,
Luckily,
Yeah.
one of the students survived by wiping their friend's blood on him, and he thought he shot him, but he didn't.
but
Yeah.
wait a minute. But wait a minute, Charles.
Disturbing.
Did this happen when we had a Republican president?
Nope. No.
I mean,
Yeah.
I like talking politics with
I
people.
don't either
that-
because you know
but-
it can go south either
but
way.
the writing's on the wall. Everybody sees it, Charles. You see
Yep.
it. All of our friends see it that we talk to. They see where things were at versus where they're at now. The
Sorry
economy,
about that, Randy. I didn't mean to screw you up.
yeah, the
So that's
economy,
Randy using
in a hole.
using his wife's account.
yeah,
It is. And the government's putting it in a hole
yeah,
to their advantage. And like I said, the only way to attack that, you got to hit them head on with their schemes, their plans, and you got to break it up. It will, because more and more stuff is going to start happening if we don't.
Yeah.
It's a shoot today. What's it going to be tomorrow?
Yeah.
And that's the point. That's the way it's getting right now. Every day,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know what's going to happen, but you know there's something going to happen.
Well, I mean, you got these mid-level companies that are folding right now.
Yeah.
And you've got a company like I work for right now.
Yeah. Let me get to these comments real quick before you go any further with that, Kelly. Just hold that thought. Todd Church says, I don't think we'll make it to the mid-elections. Joe Wishire says, we almost out of time. This is a takeover by the globalist elite for a world government. This is all by design. And he ain't lying about that neither.
Nope.
And I agree. I don't think we're going to see the midterms either. Well, hopefully we will. John says, I am here, and if you want to bring me on, you can. If you want to, John, I'll send you a link and you can join. And our good old buddy, old Mr. Hot Rod himself, Mr. Hot Wheels, Mr. Ron, says where we are at now is the worst that we've ever been. And he's right. That ain't no lie.
Exactly.
And this one here is Gossip Lady 007 says information. Yes. Information. We're getting it out. People will pick it up. Maybe they'll get it. Hold on, John. I will send you that link. So go ahead, Kelly. I'll finish what you were saying. Oh, your buddy Terry says hi. You're a pansy.
Shut up, Terry. Hot Wheels is getting a new ride.
Yes, I know.
Okay, I didn't know if you knew, but I
Yep.
mean, you got these mid-level companies that are falling by the wayside. They're going bankrupt. They're calling it quits. All this stuff, and then you've got companies like I'm with. We've got 10 trucks. We've actually only got 9 on the road. We're prospering. We're making. how are these mid-level companies with 50, 60, 70 trucks going bankrupt when you've got smaller companies like what I drive for and we're doing good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're doing. The thing is, you're doing good now. But the way that it's circulating,
What is it going to look like in 2 months or 3 months?
3 months from now, if it rises a few more dollars a gallon by August the 1st, the numbers ain't gonna look good.
yeah, but here's another advantage that we have, and Charles can vouch for this. My boss has no truck payments. Everything my boss buys, he buys cash.
Yep.
We have no truck payments. Every truck we have is a 2021 and up.
Yeah.
We just bought a brand new 2023 W900.
Neither do I. I don't have a truck payment.
And
But
he paid cash for it.
it's over 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as far as that overhead goes,
As Terry says, overhead is not as high. Did you freeze up? Yeah, he froze up. All right. Nope, there he is. He's back.
all right, we don't have that truck payment overhead.
Right.
But still, even hauling it $3 and $4 a mile right now, it's still hurting us
Exactly.
because of the fuel cost. I
Yep.
mean, it's costing me $1,100 to fill my truck. I've got a truck with a smaller fuel tank.
Go ahead, say something, John.
Hello.
There you go. This is John Freese. This is the man that has the info on a lot of information.
Yes.
Yes, that man is. Ron says we have had fuel prices over $5 a gallon, but now it's worse trying to push out middle class and low class companies that takes up a big percentage of the blue collar and independent and depending on overseas. Yeah, and with China being shut down, nothing coming out of their ports, that's really hurting a lot of stuff that's going to be hurting us. They've been shut down almost a month now. We're going to start seeing it next month.
And not only China, there's other countries refusing to bring stuff over here because of everything going on. They're trying to keep the American government.
Well, part of the problem is we have such a big backlog that there's a line all the way from China all the way to America that is a solid line of ships going to and from that can't get into the ports and get unloaded.
Yep.
We have a mass backup, so I don't blame them trying to send anything here when we can't even get it off their ships so that we could deliver it. In fact, the ports in Seattle, for instance, where I go quite a bit of time, you're still not moving the stuff that they normally do. We don't hardly see the trucks on the road like we used to see.
Huh?
That's part of the biggest problem.
Hang on. Give me a second. You guys go ahead and keep talking.
Yeah, that is the biggest problem. And the employees. The number of employees are low.
Yep.
The world.
Nobody wants to work now because
They're still subsidizing them.
Hold up. I didn't mean to say that name.
Randall, if you want to come in, I sent the link in to the Left Lane with Lefty comment. So it's in the chat.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say that name. I meant to say let's go Brandon. He gave all these people this free money, so they don't want to work now.
Got that right.
I mean, hell, you're getting $600 to whatever amount of money a month to sit home. Why you want to go work?
like Ron says, that's the biggest problem right now in the U.S. is you can't get no one to go to work because they're living off of that money.
It takes the blue collar people, the everyday working backbone of this country to keep it together, not the government. That's what
Well, that's
people need.
why it's like what Trump did. Trump sat there and put it out there. No, you can work. I'm cutting down back on benefits. You're not going to get money. You're not going to get this. I'm. You're going to want it. You're going to earn it, and that's the reason why we had the lowest record of unemployment ever because he forced one hand, took them off of this platform, and said, "Here, you're going to have to work for it.
And
If you want the benefits, you got to earn it."
and gave them jobs, gave them job opportunities.
Yes.
Yep.
Done
And
all that.
training.
But now you've got this moron. Oh, well,
Hold on, you're freezing up, Kelly. As he's freezing up, I'll go ahead and he can fix that. Explicit guy here. Yeah, explicit guy here. Sprinter van prices are 25 to 30% higher. Repair costs are through the roof. Rates are not keeping up in the side of the house. So when the expedite on the expedite side of what we're looking at, it's not even being kept up, which we can understand it because you ain't getting the stuff off the ports. Rebecca says, I went past the parks in Charleston, South Carolina, and it was empty. It was like this last November. Gossip Girl says it costs more for my commute than I can afford to run the truck. Yeah, I can believe it. Ron says Trump wanted to cut down on the tariffs and overseas production and wanted to open more U.S. factories and help the blue collar workers in America. He's right on that too. He sure did.
Yeah, there was a reason why Trump wanted to build that wall. He got in there and he figured it out quick.
Yep.
Who's what and what's going on. And he tried to stop it.
He knew that's where the trafficking was coming from, the drugs, and the illegals coming in here taking jobs. And he said, no, I figured this out. We're going to put this wall in. We're going to keep them out. You want in, you're going to come in the right way, and you're going to get a visa and earn it.
Exactly.
And you notice when they did that in the very beginning, when they opened up the floodgates, how many legal citizens that come over here and got visas and did their citizenship the right way were out there standing in front and protesting buses in 2020 that were standing out there in California and telling them, no, you ain't coming across. No, you weren't doing this, because they knew they fought for 5 to 10 years to get that citizenship to come in. And here they are coming across the bus and getting it for free.
And in today's world, we have to be our own media because we have witnessed with our own eyes out here rolling up on these rallies in front of these governors that these news media will turn the camera from you
And give you the finger.
and give you the finger because they don't want the truth. They want what they're paid to broadcast. And a lot of it by the government.
I got one on camera giving you.
Because Trump gave many every time he did a press conference. He said crooked, fake news.
Yeah.
Want
And like Ron said, he wanted to run the country as a business, cut down on export money, and keep it in-house in country money. Yep.
That's right.
That's
And
exactly
you know
what
what's really crazy is Trump is still in the background. He's still running this country, but he's letting Biden hang himself so that the Americans can see what's going on in true life. And you guys got to believe that this whole thing is a way to shut the New World Order out, the deep state out, and get rid of this crap once and for all. We're not going to get it all right away, but it needs to be shown to the American people what's going on. The corruption at its finest.
Yes.
And we're seeing it.
Yeah.
And we're waking them up every day by my truck, flagged up. It's got all lettering written all over it. Freedom. And we're doing Honk for Freedom everywhere, every state. And we're getting more and more people to participate because they're seeing it. Every time you do something like that, you're waking them up. You're letting
You got more kids honking the horn, wanting you to honk the horn. I mean, we're showing people what we are made of, what we really are. We just need to be that brotherhood and continue it.
Yes, we need to come together. It's brothers and sisters of the highway.
Yep.
As Tony Justice would say, brothers and sisters of the highway. That's what we need and enforce.
We need to take the differences and eliminate it and all come together as one.
Yeah, but when you've got a certain group.
It's freezing up again. All right. On that note, I need to break for a commercial. So we're going to break in for a commercial real quick. You were freezing up there for a second, Kelly. So we're going to break into a commercial real quick. And tonight's show is brought to you by Bull Snot. So let me get him out here. And there we go.
Today I want to talk to you about one of our products called Visible. Visible is a glass cleaner. It will break down any organic materials. That's the reason it's different than all your other glass cleaners currently on the market. What you do is you spray it, leave it 15 seconds, and wipe off. It works. It's excellent for bugs, and all of us know how difficult bugs are to get off. And it's pine tar resin, bird droppings, anything that's organic. Spray Visible on it, leave it 15 seconds, wipe it off, and it's safe for chrome, stainless steel, even painted surfaces. So don't hesitate to spray it in other places other than glass and mirrors. It'll even take off the cigarette film on the inside of your glass of your truck. So if a trucker, previous trucker smokes or you smoke, and you get that tar build up on the inside of your windshield, spray Visible on it.
All right, people, what we have here is some of this new Bull Snot waxable detail wax. I have spent many years and many times out here waxing on my truck and spraying wax on or putting wax on, and I spend more time trying to get it off than I do getting it on. So here we go. We're going to spray this on the door. I'm going to show you how quick this stuff works, and it works great. You ain't got to sit there and work with it and do this and do that. Let me see if I can find my towel. Alright, now what we're going to do, we're going to take this clean towel right here. Nice clean towel. Alright, we're going to rub it in the door. Let me show you how quick. See how it smears on? That's doing its job right there. Just smear it on. That's all you got to do. See how blurry it is? Alright. Let me show you. Alright, see how blurry that is? I just got a truck wash. It's even still pulling some dirt off. Alright, we're going to flip it around to the clean side. Let me show you how good this clear and good this stuff comes off. Look at that. Already clear. Already off. You see the difference? See that right there? Watch this. Look at that. 2 swipes and it's off. Normally it takes me about 30 minutes just to do this driver's door panel with the other product that I normally use, that I no longer use. But remember, y'all, you got to put it on with a clean towel and take it off with a clean towel. You can't take product off that you put product on with. At least I don't anyway. Look at that, y'all. Not a smear nowhere. And I'm already done with this driver's door. I got a little bit right here. Look at that, y'all. There's the results right there. Less than what? Less than a minute? No more than a minute? Bull snot, people. I can sit here all day and tell you how good this stuff is. But the only way you're going to find out if I'm lying or telling the truth, go buy you some and try it.
All righty, we're back. Hey, thank you, Ronald. We appreciate it. Mr. Ron says, Visible is amazing. He loves it. He uses the product too.
I've used it before. It's real good.
It's really good. I got tons of it around here. Kelly's got it by the case too. So
I've got everything he's got out on the market right now, and I've got some stuff he doesn't have out on the market right now. And Charles, you know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
And I use his stuff very religiously. I use Super Clean, and I use Time to Shine products. And all three of them are top-notch products. Regardless of how you use them, they're some of the best stuff I've used.
Yeah. On old Evans with his Time to Shine, it's an excellent product.
Evans stuff is very top-notch.
Yep.
And so is Van's. Van's stuff it's what he says it is. The Visible, the wax, all that shit is,
The wax,
and it
the carpet
works
cleaner.
if you use it the way it's supposed to be used.
Yep. I like his leather conditioner. It's really good.
Yes.
And it's got a nice
use
smell to it.
I haven't used his leather stuff yet because
His leather stuff
I
is really
still use Renegade's vinyl stuff.
Yeah.
But I have some of Van's stuff for the interior. I'm gonna try it this weekend and see how it works on the inside of my truck.
Yeah. Hey, Ron, are you talking about? Well, it ain't gonna work too well.
That's right.
It ain't gonna show it. That's the waxable. I got it,
Yep.
but it ain't gonna show it because it's green, and I got my green screen on. So
I'm gonna be using it to clean up Big Blue, my truck, because all the signatures all over it. I know it'll work.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's good stuff. So let's get back on topic. So as you were saying, Mr. Rick.
What I was saying is, basically, in order for everything to get back like it was, the economy to grow, is we all have to work together as we the people, regardless across this country, across the world. And that's what we get at. In other words, like I said, you got to hit the government head on. If you don't, you can parade around all day long. They will not even listen to you. They will not pay you no mind. Because
right now the FMCSA don't listen to you a bit.
it's a distraction.
Yep.
And it's going to bring strategy to them and strength to them. Parade around is fine. It's good. We've been doing rallies all over the country, all over the world. Australia, all of them, they're flagging up as we the people. Out more and more. And you got to face that government head on, and you can't stop. If you stop, give them a break. That's
What's
when
your
they get.
thoughts on that, John? What's your thoughts on that, John?
Well, I agree 100% with what Rick is talking about. I do know that corporate government is broke.
Yes.
It ain't going to take very long, and they're going to be gone. Because right now, Trump's got everything secured. He's done what he needed to do before he left office. Supposedly, when he walked out that door, he already had it in line. Important person to listen to is a David Straight. If you're not familiar with him, get very much familiar with him. He talks nothing but straight stuff. He's been involved with the Trump administration all the way along, helping Donald Trump make this work. Donald Trump is coming back in. You got to understand it. You got to believe in God. Because if you don't, it's not going to happen. Our faith needs to be in our brothers and sisters of the highway and God. We are together. Our farmer friends are the same way. We need to pull them together, all of them. Because the bigger we are, the stronger we are, the more we can get something done.
Yep. Exactly
and
right.
we need to come together. And I, one of them people, is out here daily. Charles knows. Putting myself out there, trying to build brothers and sisters stronger, bringing them together, and understand what the truth is. I've been doing this since 2019 when I found out this was all BS. It's all a distraction to bring in the New World Order. And I will be damned if I sell myself to socialism.
Exactly.
Because freedom is everything I have.
Yes, sir. And that's it. People need to realize if their freedom's gone,
we have nothing.
We have nothing. You're as good as dead.
Well, it's just like, Justin's sitting there saying that, the only problem is when we stand up, we get locked up, no bond.
They can't lock all of us up. There's not enough jail.
That's right.
That's right.
That's the strength. It takes all as one. In unity is power.
Yep.
And that government does not like. They know that. That's why they divide us. And
we don't have to do it in violence. We do it peacefully.
Yeah.
Peaceful.
That is our best asset. Canadians showed us that, and look there. They're still going on today. They're still fighting that battle.
Well,
it's like the rest of the world.
It's like what Ron's saying. But the issue is with that is those new drivers are way too scared to stand up because their companies threaten them for to be fired on the new drivers.
But here's the thing, Charles. I have learned, and I've talked to a lot of them in truck stops everywhere, even shipping and receiving.
Officers race against the clock.
Are afraid to stand up because they're scared their fuel cars won't get cut off and they can't get back home.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of them says. But you know what? They always say, we're with y'all 100%. But we can't stand with you because of our company. We'll cut fuel cards off, liable to hold their paychecks. But you know what? If they cut fuel car, if you keep your truck filled every night, that's an emergency situation. And I learned that years ago. I was driving 26 years when I was a company driver. I've always kept my truck fueled up every night. I would cap it off every night just for an emergency.
Yep.
And
Ron says, and also most of the new drivers, most are not Americans, can't speak English, write English, and the rest, most don't care. And he says their hands are tied because of their companies. You're right.
A lot of them care because a lot of them get put out. A lot of them company drivers with big chains, they get basically stranded at truck stops, because they cut back on trucks. That's how they do. They cut back on trucks. They don't care if you're in it or not. They get ready to cut back.
Yeah.
Save them money. You're going to be sitting at a truck stop most of the time, and you're not going to get no loads. So they starve them out anyway.
Yeah.
And that's
if you don't reach out and talk to these guys, you get no place with them. The simple fact is, I met 2 Romanians the other day driving one truck. They were the most awesome people to talk to because there was a lot of things they didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
But once we got done talking, they were all ears.
Exactly.
And they were open because you know what? They worked very hard to be where they're at today here in America. They came in the right way and became citizens of this country. And they're proud to be a part of America.
Oh,
Well, that's the biggest thing is you've got these Romanians, you've got these Ukrainians, you've got these Russians, you've got these Chinese that are coming over here, and yeah, they're coming over here the right way, but they still can't speak English and read English and write English, and they're causing all these accidents because they don't know what they're doing.
yeah, exactly. And the schools are making money off of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Making
Now-
money off them hand over fist. It's now $5,000 just to do a 3-week course in a private examiner.
Yeah, and that's the problem too, because and the government's got their hands in that money too.
Yep.
Bringing them over here, sending them in a truck, and they don't even know how to drive it half the time.
No.
You know,
And
Because
because they
like Trucker McVee, she caught one that she got it on video. She got cameras in her trucks, and she does a research deal on hers. And she caught one that come by. She had to do a double take, and look, and the guy was driving with his laptop on his dash in front of the steering wheel, watching a movie, driving down the road.
yeah,
No, driving, watching a movie on a laptop.
I see it all the time, Charles.
Yep. Me too. Or they got both feet up on the dash
You know,
Yeah.
and
in the middle of a rainstorm going 75 miles an hour.
yeah,
Set the truck on cruise and just feet up on the dash and ride.
you know, back, it's been 20, 22, 23 years. I was leased on to a big mega carrier. Big mega carrier. They're one of the top 3. The guy I was working for is a retired DOT officer. The company we were leased to at the time, this was back in 99, 2000. They were getting $10,000 grants from the government for brand new, fresh out of school truck driving students. 10 grand.
Government was paying.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can just
So-
imagine what it is now.
You figure if they hire 100 students a week at 10 grand a pop,
Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
But that's our government that fucks everything up.
yeah. They've screwed over the trucking industry for I don't know how many years by getting their hands in money.
And people
And-
are not paying attention to it.
They're not paying attention. They're not paying attention to the big picture of things.
Yep.
They keep on going with their life and not worry about it. But now the time's got so bad, you've got to worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to wake up and realize what's going on because you're not going to have a job in the future.
Hey, just like this one here, Ron said in 2007, Swift got caught with translators taking the test for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on, I got another guest that wants to come in. This man's been around the block and owned trucks and everything else. Please welcome Father Time.
Ground.
Fellas,
Hey,
what
Ground.
happened?
How you doing, Mr. Scott?
I'm doing.
So what's your thoughts on all this? I know you're itching.
I ain't got no thoughts. There ain't nothing we can do about it.
You have nothing to say?
Nah.
Charles,
subject. That's
Charles,
what I'm saying. I need to call Miss Karen. I think he's having a heart attack because I don't. That's a first for him not to know anything or say anything. Wow,
Charles, call 911.
that's what I'm saying.
Man, there's a lot going on around us.
If that old man right there ain't got nothing to say about this, we need to call 911. Something is not right with him.
Yeah,
I agree.
I agree.
No, we're good.
Oh, Scott, I do got to tell you.
What?
Guess what Munchkin?
Huh?
Guess what Munchkin does now?
Probably repeats every dirty word you say from what your wife tells.
No, sir. She comes out of the cage and walks on my shoulder.
That's good. That's good. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yep, she will finally come out of the cage and get on my shoulder now.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with that.
I still think that was a plot, Kelly, that he did that just to get a good laugh to give you that bird. I think.
No, there's a lot we can say about everything, but there ain't really nothing we can really do about it. Except pray and hope that midterms election turns everything around. That's the only thing we can do.
That's very true, Scott.
I mean, we can sit here and gripe, complain, bitch, the whole 9 yards, but there ain't nothing we can do about it.
Hold on. The man is speaking. Mr. Glenn Clay Jr. says, damn, I get on Facebook and check out the show, and then that fella on the bottom left scared the hell out of me with that out of my Volvo driving fool. Wow.
I don't drive the Volvo, and I'm on the bottom left.
No, he's scared out of him, out of his old driving. He's an old Volvo driving fool.
Here's the fact. In the past, we've tried to stand up, do something against the government, and they make us out as terrorists for doing the right thing. Get people to believe that we're terrorists for doing the right thing. Even talking about God or trying to bring God into our country. They've been trying to take out.
They've been trying to take God out for almost 25 years.
Yeah.
No longer than that.
Oh, it's been a lot
Probably
longer.
have longer, but you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
I've been doing this 38, 39 years, I think. And it was way before then.
Yeah.
Damn, you're a dinosaur.
Oh, shut up, Kelly.
They're trying to erase history. Period.
Oh,
We
well,
see-
they were purposely doing that with the statues.
You watch it there, little girl.
Well, y'all got to look back. I know John Priest will know what I'm talking about. Kelly might know. But 35 years ago, 36 years ago, in the trucking industry, everybody stuck together.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
You don't have that anymore. At all.
No, you
No,
don't.
not unless there's a profit in it for them to make.
Right.
You know which ones we're talking about.
Yeah.
No, it ain't really the profit. It's the brotherhood that we took each other's back regardless of the circumstances.
I'm saying the ones now won't do it unless there's a profit or something that they can make out of it.
Right. Well, I'm going to say probably 20 years ago. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to say 20 years ago. Maybe 25 years ago. A driver broke down on the highway. You had ungodly amount of drivers stopped. Don't matter which way they were going, they helped. They had parked, got the driver back up. If not, got to a safe spot. You don't see that anymore.
Well, no, just, I mean,
It's a one.
you
It's a one. How can I say this? It's a one.
Hey, Kelly, we're getting some feedback on you.
Probably his upper lip.
There we go.
there we go. But
It's everybody. They just worry about themselves, and until it gets back to where it was, everybody has a radio and this, that, and the other. But you got, and I'm not gonna say it, but I really want to. You got people that shouldn't be driving trucks.
Ain't that the truth?
Period. That don't know how to speak English, don't know how to read English, don't know how to write English.
Back in that days, you couldn't drive truck unless you could speak, write it, and read it.
That's right. And that's the way the law is. That's the way the United States law, the Constitution. If you want to do something over here, you got to know, you got to learn, read, and write.
Right.
America.
I
All right, I
100%.
figured out where we're getting the. Hold on, I figured out where we're getting the feedback. Hey, Rick, we're getting feedback from you. So I don't know if you got another phone that's picking up the volume, but we're getting the feedback from it.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, I thought it was Kelly, but it wasn't Kelly this time.
I don't think it's me.
No, it ain't you. I was going through and muting each one,
see,
seeing where it was coming from.
you trying to blame me for something this time, and it wasn't me.
Shut
It was
up,
you in
Kelly.
the beginning, but this time it wasn't. Oh,
Shut
by
up.
the way,
My mic
Scott.
off.
By the way, Scott Glenn says, board the windows and take cover because Scott has nothing to say.
That's right.
Phones.
I'm gonna come show Glenn Clay how to run the truck down the highway and not be a big sissy.
Justin says, I started driving a Volvo for the first time, and it's actually a pretty comfortable truck. I come out of a W9. They are a comfortable truck. It's just drivers like to make fun of them. Except for Glenn, he drives a Volvo. It's a pretty white Volvo, but yeah, it's a good-looking Volvo.
I drive one too.
I used to have
If
5 of
you're
them.
doing good. This is what we're talking about tonight. I got so many comments rolling through now. Let me get up with these comments. Ron says he might be a dinosaur, Kelly, but you look it more.
Oh, damn.
Justin says with the E-log, it's hard to stop and help a driver, and no one has a CB on to ask them on the radio. You're right about that too, because companies are making sure they don't keep radios in their trucks.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying a while ago.
Yep.
That's all division. They don't want radios in the truck because they don't want drivers to communicate with one another.
Well, it ain't the communication that's the problem. It's that these big megas don't want these new guys talking to us old school guys because they don't want them to know the truth about anything. They want them to be a robot. It's all they want them to be. They don't want them talking to us because we're going to steer them away from this big mega company and get them to go work for a smaller outfit where they're more appreciated. That's where the problem.
Yeah.
Where you recognize as a person, not a number.
Exactly.
Glenn says old school ways of trucking is long gone. It's sad to see how bad this industry is now. Everyone against everyone now.
Yeah, you're right.
They have taken God out of schools. Yes, we already know that. Frank G says, oh, where'd he go? Good luck and good night. Good night, Frank.
All right.
I mean,
Glenn
how
says, press 1 for English.
exactly? I mean, how many of y'all? How many of y'all know a company that will shut the whole company down for a whole week? Go to a truck show and feed you the whole time you're there. Cook you steak and take care of everything on their own dime.
Not very many.
I work for one.
What do you want, a cookie?
Wow. I see where that one come from. That come from right out of the dark and it went right by a boom.
But, I mean, when you work for a company like that, you know, Scott works for a pretty big company. They take care of Scott. I work for a very small company. He takes very well care of us beyond what a lot of companies do. We show up in La Crosse, we're taken care of. We're fed dinner. We go to their house. You know, you don't get that from a lot of big mega carriers. You work for a big mega carrier, you're just a fucking number. You don't get nothing. We get bonuses and we get all kind of perks. We get to go to truck shows. We get taken care of at truck shows. We come to, you know, we go to Rob's house and they feed us.
It's a proven fact over the years. Your smaller companies are going to take care of the best driver. I mean, they're going to take care of the drivers the best way they know how to keep their company going. They believe in their drivers.
Yep.
Well, and you know, Scott and Charles both will tell you this, and it's all over YouTube. Rob and Karen will tell you flat out, if it wasn't for us, they wouldn't be where they're at.
Exactly. Exactly.
Kelly, the only thing, Kelly,
Rob has all this money.
Kelly,
Rob is a multimillionaire.
Scott's got something to say. Go ahead, Scott.
Kelly, they just feel sorry for you. That's why they let you go to truck shows.
Oh, shut up.
And the thing is, look, insurance, even insurance anymore now with these big companies, it don't pay as much anymore.
Nope.
You're better off to pay out of your own pocket versus depending on that insurance because they got it so high. Premiums are high and the benefits are down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hell,
Like Ron says, CB radios, according to the mega carriers, is a distraction. Yep, you're right about that. Justin says, I think it's because of cell phones. They killed the brotherhood.
No, it didn't. Cell phone.
Ron says, give that man a brownie. All right, so he must be telling Scott to give him a brownie. Glenn says, someone's got to get that fella a cookie and a glass of milk.
What fella?
We're talking about you, Scott, I guess.
No, he ain't talking about me. He's talking about Kelly.
I didn't know you was ready for it.
Philip says, I'm new to the trucking industry. Hopefully listening to you guys will lead me down the right path.
What?
Yeah, if you listen to these guys I got on the panel, these are all veteran drivers. John's been driving for 40-something years. Scott's been driving almost 40 years. Kelly's been driving for 30-some-odd years. I've been driving for 25, 26. Rick's been driving for 26.
Yep.
Ron's been driving, I don't know. He well, you know, Ron's Ron. Just saying.
You know what my advice would be to somebody?
What's that?
Get out of it and do something else. It ain't like it used to be anymore. It ain't fun. It ain't You break down or something goes wrong, you think somebody's going to stop and help you? No, no. In 30 some odd years of driving, I've seen so many people that they find in these trucks, and it's unbelievable that nobody knew it.
Truck parking at any truck stop or rest area after 7 p.m.
Hold on, you got some interference. We can't hear what you're saying.
Okay. What about now?
There you go.
Yeah, but you'll be lucky to even get any truck parking at any truck stop rest area between the hours of 7 p.m. and 5 a.m.
But who drives during that time?
Yeah.
Who?
Driving.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, I don't know about you guys, but I'm a nighttime driver, and I don't really care, because usually by the time I get ready to pull over, it's about time for them to get the hell out of the damn parking lot, and I get my place to park. But I'm one of the different guys. If I can run at night, I'll run at night, because guess what? There's a lot less people on the road, a lot less craziness on the road. Yeah, I might run into a damn elk once in a while and have a hood shredded by one, but you know what? That's just part of the damn situation. But lucky I was able to bring her home without losing a heartbeat. Truck was down for 1 week. They put a rental hood on it for 2 weeks, and now I got the new hood back on this week, and I never missed a beat. I still kept running. So
yeah. Well, it's like Ron says, I work for a small outfit and I wouldn't leave for more money. It's not about the money to him. And it ain't.
Nope.
It ain't about the money for him. Ron says, we will lead you somewhere. He's making fun. Telling him he'll leave somewhere. I don't know who that is, but yeah, if you want to say so. Ron says he's been driving for 23 years in September. Nice. Glenn says, I've been driving for 2 months and I really like this automatic wobble. We know better than that, Glenn.
that lying sack of shit.
I know. Hey, y'all want to see his Volvo? Here, I'll show you his Volvo. Hold on. Let me get over here and show you his Volvo. He's got this pretty little Volvo over here. Let me pull it up. Where's his Volvo at? Oh, yeah, here's his Volvo. Where'd it go? There it is. Here it is. I'll show you his Volvo. This is Glenn Clegg's Volvo.
Wake up in the morning and I raise my weary head. I've got an old coat for a pillow, and the earth was last night's bed. I don't know where I'm going, only God knows where I've been. I'm a devil on the run, a six-gun lover, a candle in the wind.
Yeah, that's his little Volvo.
Yeah, that's the one that left you in the dust.
Yeah, yeah, at 90 miles an hour and left me in the dust.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only a little 600 with dual stacks. That's all it is. Yeah.
It's a nice working truck.
And if you know that thing's only got 600 horse, I'll sell you some property out in Arizona that's got a river on it.
Hey, Charles.
Closer to 8, ain't it?
Charles. Show them all. Show them all about it.
You want your automatic shown?
Yep, show them mine. Now mine.
Hold on, let me get to these comments real quick. Hold on. Whoever this is says, damn it, my name, my picture, yep. And it is funny. Ron says his auto turbine Suburban. Yeah, that was pretty funny, Ron. Philip says beautiful truck. Glenn says slow ass truck. bullshit, and you're telling me it's a 4 1/4. Whatever, Glenn. Whatever, Glenn. You're funny. Hold on, let me go over here and see if I can find Scott's little automatic over here.
Doesn't he have a reward for telling bullshit?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he's a truck driver. He's been telling more bullshit than anybody I know. It's like
Yeah,
telling
pretty
fish
much.
stories.
That ain't no lie.
I drive.
I have it in here somewhere. Damn.
He probably deleted it.
But I have to move
No, I
the gear.
didn't delete it. Trust me, Scott. If you'd seen what I got in here, you'll be like, wow, yeah. Hold on. Here's Scott's new ride. There it is, right there. That's his automatic.
Actually, I already got one.
Yeah, that's Scott's automatic right there.
It's good looking automatic.
I'm
Bring it up.
telling you.
Put it to use.
Charles probably deleted it.
No, Scott, trust me. I got probably 200 pictures in here, and you want me to go through it on the middle of the show? I'm trying, brother. I'm trying. Glenn says, show the side shot of Scott's window down with that long ass shifter extended hanging out the window. Yeah, Scott's got that. Oh, I know which one he's talking about now. Yeah,
He's just jealous because mine pulled 230,000 down the highway with no problem, and he struggles.
yeah. Scott runs. He pulls cranes for a living. Where'd he go? Oh, I gotta go back over here. Nope, go down there. Hold on. Ron says, don't take 40 acres to turn around, but we'll run 40 acres in 4 hours. Yeah, you're right about that, Ron. It will do that. It will do that. I know I have it here somewhere. But there's Glenn. There's a side view of Glenn. I just changed the background. Hold on. Where'd it go? It's in here somewhere. It's in my storage locker, Scott. Just give me a second. Now I got to go in here and go in the storage locker.
Throw me to the curb.
No. Wouldn't do that to you, Scott. Not yet. Anything else you want to add there, Teddy Bear?
Where'd he go?
He's there. He's in the shadow. Let's see. Yeah. I guarantee it's in there somewhere. There it is. There we go. Now we can bring it up.
That's freaking scary.
I got 1,000 files in here, man. Of a lot of different stuff.
Hey, if any of y'all, us old school truckers, want to put on a truck show, y'all can come out there with me in Michigan, Port Huron. Come June the 4th, Saturday. We'll give the government Good truck show.
Michigan.
Michigan.
Oh, hell no.
Detroit.
That's too far for him.
Now I know you're a fool. You can forget about it.
Come on, we can line them up, show them off.
Slow roll
a little bit. Them couple bridges right there, and watch the helicopters fly over us.
again.
You couldn't pay me enough money to go to Detroit.
Hey, the worst places are the best places sometimes.
I don't think so.
It ain't cold there right now, really.
Hey, it was cold in January, but now it's summertime there. It's not so bad. I just don't like the cold weather. But hey, it is what it is to make a stand. And that's what we're going to do for this trucking industry, for all industries. And hopefully people will wake up and actually go back to work and realize that we actually make the economy go, not the government. They weaken it.
That's the truth.
But we're going to be there, and Canada's going to be there. And yeah, this slow rolls another 65, 85 miles. They'll definitely listen. I think I'm going to camp out there for a while.
Do you?
You couldn't pay me to go to Detroit. No.
Port Huron's not Detroit.
Yeah, Port Huron's not Detroit. It's 60 miles north.
I know where that's at.
You know,
It popped out, popped back in.
It's
Hang
a good.
on, John, I'll get you back in here in a second. I'm digging through all this stuff that I'm trying to get done.
You know, the bad thing about it is all the old school drivers, they're diamond dust now.
Yeah. We're being obsolete slowly.
But, you know, we get so many young guys like Grant Clay, and even though he's got the Volvo, you know, we're just trying to get them all hooked in right. He'll come up and say something in a minute. I know he will.
But if we could teach the younger drivers that the old school way is the way, maybe they'll start listening.
That'll never happen. That'll never happen. They might want to try and learn, but they're not going to do it because the company won't let them do it.
They're listening to call it the safety department or something like that. Hell, I don't know.
It's just funny looking at fellas that think they know everything.
Yeah.
That's the bad thing. I mean, you got industry now. Guys that been out here 6 months and they think they're king shit, and they're not.
Yeah. Sometimes the safety department in a lot of these companies, big companies, they go so far overboard that they basically are killing the driver.
Yep.
Mentally killing them. They throw so much stuff in there that's not even needed.
Yep.
Just drive the damn truck. You know?
Yep. Then when you get these drivers, you go by them on the plane, and you look at them, they got their feet up on the dash driving down the road.
Yeah, automatics were the worst thing made to me.
Hey.
Yeah. It's too relaxed.
That automatic drive, if you ever find it, you'll see it.
I drove one time. I leased it because I had to. But it blowed up on me going up a hill.
I love mine.
It didn't know which gear it wanted to go in.
I love mine.
Scott don't have a problem with his. His knows what's gear and where it's going.
And if it ain't in the right one, I can put it in the right one.
That's right. That's the best one.
See, a lot of these guys, a lot of these companies that's got these automatics, and I'll say this, but some of our crawler guys, they tell them to leave in automatic. Don't try and downshift and let it do it on its own. That's bull crap. You got to do it.
Yeah.
You got to take control.
Damn. Is it in the Dropbox? Nope. On this
Yeah.
PC.
It's gonna like mine. That one I drove did is gonna blow up. Transmission or the engine, one or the other.
Mine's got a 605 in it. Big motor.
I stick with the E.
I am
the E.
trying to find it, Scott. Man, this thing is. I'm going through so much.
I got faith in my hand in a 10-speed.
Oh no. Give me a 6 and a 4 or an 18 and I'll be happy.
I know where I can find it, where I can put it. Just hang on.
5 and 4,
This
6
way.
and 4. Or give me a 13 with a 2-speed brownie behind it. Double over, I'll be all right.
Yep. They don't make them like that anymore.
Oh yeah, they should make them. You got to order them. They're not cheap. Hell, I remember I used to buy trucks.
That's the sad thing. You got to order them. They don't just come with them anymore.
Right. I used to buy trucks, 90, anywhere from 88 to 91,000 out the door. Not more. $240,000 for a brand new Peterbilt.
Yeah,
There it
and
is.
it ain't cheap.
What are you doing, Charles?
I'm trying to find that picture or the video.
Oh,
I'm looking at something right here. It says California's trade guns for $50 gas cars.
Hell, that ain't crap. That's what, man, 4 gallons?
Wow.
It's saying $7.15 a gallon.
All right, so they get 5
8
gallons.
gallons. 8
Yeah.
gallons. 8 gallons for $50.
I'll be damned if I'm gonna trade my gun in for a damn gas card.
Yeah.
I'll depend on the gun before I will the gas. Might not get me nowhere. My feet will. But that just shows you what the government's doing. Trying to take control.
Hold on, let me add him back in. There you go, John.
Where's the other guy?
Oh, I'm back on the screen again, huh?
Yes, sir. I brought you back in.
Well, I believe if we hang on long enough, you're going to see things start changing around here
There it
pretty
is.
darn soon.
Not till November.
Yeah, I think you're going to see it before November.
I doubt it.
I believe you see it this weekend when I get up there. We slow roll that bridge a couple times. Somebody start looking.
I think anything anybody can do to stand together, show the solidarity is going to help. But with what's going on right now, and if Biden did what he did the other day, supposedly, he's committed to acting treason. So we'll have to see.
Right. The hell was that?
I don't know. Did I say something I shouldn't have said?
You got to stir it up for sure. I don't know. To be honest, I don't even think the election's going to make an effect. I think what's going on, they're not even in office no way. That's behind the scenes on.
Yep. Well,
And-
you know, Biden hasn't been in the White House since he was elected.
Yeah, there's nobody there. There's nobody working. It's a ghost town, and them going to town was pointless because there ain't nobody working there since Trump was in there.
Right. Trump put up the wall. Nobody's getting in there.
Yeah.
Well,
Everybody thought it was the Democrats.
Well, you know, it's just like, you know, they sat there and said they had to make a false White House Oval Office because they can't put no teleprompters in there, so he can read off the script. But real quick, since someone had to make a fuss and I had to search. Here you go, Mr. Scott. That was Scott's automatic.
That was my baby.
That
Yeah.
you
And
love
can you,
that truck.
Use my language on it. I'm old school.
and can you believe that's a fully automatic 18-speed?
Yep.
Yeah.
That one crane going around the curve, I was 228, 230.
Yeah.
30. It's 134,000, 140,000 on the floor.
Oh, and I got a video of another heavy hauler. You know, I mean, he was hauling some major weight, but he done got out of here since he's not in here.
I live my life like a cowboy, riding from town to town. I've been as high as an eagle flies, I've been up.
Yeah, that
Pulling
was
that
the road he
heavyweight.
had on.
I'm telling you, that was so damn heavy. I don't know where they got the permits for it.
That's a wannabe heavy hauler.
Wannabe?
He's a wannabe.
Yeah, that
Wannabe
was
heavy
like a
hauler?
Glen. That was like a Glen Calais coming around the corner type of deal.
I seen that.
Here we go.
Too.
What's up, Michael? Michael's in here joining us tonight. Michael says a little excited, nerves hurt, never hurt. That's right. Ron says, "All right, fellas, I'm out of here. Have a good one." All right, Ron, we'll see you later. Michael says, "One more week pulling a flatbed." Sweet. Glenn says, "That's too many axles for what I do." Wow.
You can't handle it. You can't handle it, Glenn Calais.
Michael says, "Then it's off to the W9 in the RGN." So Michael's going over into the RGN next week. Glenn says my truck barely hauled that much weight, having me struggling to pull that. Yeah, we know. Man talks so much crap. His truck will pull it, but I don't think his suspension will handle it.
Hell,
Well,
his
you know,
talking.
he's a truck
Get him
driver.
low to the ground.
No, his talking crap pulls more weight than his damn trailer.
Yeah.
Well, I got some DD15. It'll pull like it's empty at 85,000.
Well, Glenn's got a 6NZ that's a little over 1,100 horse, and yeah, that sucker will just stroll like there's no tomorrow. I got video where I come up beside him and past him, and all you see is him drop it 2 gears, and that was it. That's all she wrote. She come by me just to roll a little bit of black, and then grabbed another gear, and that was black, and then it was gone.
You know, there's two things about Glenn. I think he loves to fish, so he loves to tell fish stories, and he's a truck driver. He loves to tell truck driver stories.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't read his other comment up there, but he said,
Dream on, but
Scott, Glenn says, Scott, I'll drag that crane with half my motor.
he puts that much weight on that truck, the truck's gonna sit on the ground.
Yeah, pretty much. It's only like 2 inches or 3 inches from the ground now.
Instead of him putting a hole in the fuel tank, he'll tear one off.
Oh yeah. This is what Glenn said earlier. Where'd it go? There it is. This is what Glenn said there, John. He said, y'all should be over here right now. I have an ice chest of boiled crawfish and one of the crabs half full with no one to finish eating on them.
Pill
Well,
them
he
and
didn't
freeze
invite
them.
me, did he?
Pill them and freeze them.
Send him up north.
Well,
That's right.
That's right.
Put
Bring
them
him
on
up.
ice and then bring them over to Scott's house tomorrow or on Monday. Y'all have a nice little crawfish fry.
oh,
He must be over in Louisiana.
yep,
Yes, sir. He is a Louisianan. He's
he's a coon ass.
from
Was.
He's a
he's on the
Cajun.
south side of New Orleans.
He's a coon ass.
That's right. I call him the crazy coon.
I love going through Louisiana. Next time I go, I'll try somewhere or
Well,
another.
what exit is that, Scott? There on I-10. You can get in some boudin. Is that Dan's or whatever his name is? There on I want to say
At
it's
the 92 and Dusong. And then, trying to remember the other one.
Kelly would know, but he done got off of here.
Go there gator hunting sometime.
You better have your ass together when you do that.
Yeah.
They don't
Glenn
play.
says everyone is invited here. Just bring your own beer because I drink all mine already.
I don't drink beer.
Yeah, I don't need.
Michael says, yummy. Yep.
You know, y'all talk a lot of tonight, but I'm very seriously thinking of hanging my keys up. I'm done.
Hey, I've heard that a lot here lately.
You heard that, Glenn. You heard what he said. He said he's thinking about hanging them up. Glenn says, I live south of New Orleans, 30 miles from the Gulf. Exit 92 for the good food. So if you're out there on I-10, it's exit 92 for the good food. So if you go through there, stop at exit 92 and you'll get the good food.
Yeah,
Scott, I'd hang it out too, but you know what? This old boy's got to keep going for a while because I got to put food on the table anyway.
yeah, I do too, man. That's what's holding me together. I'm borderline low scale right now, but man, I'm still trucking. You know, I'm gonna do it as long as I can till I can't no more.
Well,
And
see, I fought so hard trying to get back in the seat, and I lost 2 good years. I wouldn't say I lost 2 good years. I lost 2 years of being in the seat permanently. But I mean, I've driven during in between the times in and out of different trucks doing on-site work, stuff like that. So I was still in a truck, but
Yeah.
I wasn't able to run the open road with it like I wanted to. But I fought with it. Finally got the physical. Got the physical. Now it's getting into the license from the take it and put it on there. And that's the thing I'm fighting with because they're saying, well, this is not it. And that, yeah, it is. So, I mean, it jumped from one hand. It jumped from the FMCSA. Now it's over to the DMV. So it's like a catch 22, but they want to keep you out of the truck. If they got you out, they're going to keep you out. And there's a reason for it because most of them I sit there and look, half of them, I'm like, how in the hell did you give a license to that? But you can't give me a back in it knowing as good of a record I have and as long as I've hauled. Yeah, and they want to sit there and fight me over mine. and it gets ridiculous and it gets tiring after a while.
Well, my problem is if I hadn't fallen last winter twice and did the splits both times, I'd be all right. But right now, my feet, my legs, my groin can't take another fall.
yeah. Well,
And that's the only thing that is preventing me because now I'm starting to walk like a 75-year-old man. I mean, it's not a pleasant walk. I'd like to be able to stroll like I did a year ago. But at this point, I don't know what else to do. Until the doctors can sit down and tell me what they can do, I'm tired of fighting with them. They'd sooner jab me and stick me and test me than to do what needs to be done.
Well, y'all fix to get off here and go to bed. I had a long day.
Hold on, Roger McDuck said something. Let me see where
Nice
he
talking
said
to you,
that.
Scott.
all right, brother.
Harry says he's been driving for 14 years. And then he also says, not a dream. I've learned a ton from old hands. And that's from Harry.
Do what now?
Harry says it's not a dream. I've learned a ton from old hands. But I've been driving for 14 years too. So
Well,
he's learned a lot too.
just keep everything that he's been told in the back of his head and use the skills that he was taught. He'll be all right.
Yep.
And Glenn says Scott's been saying that he's hanging it up, but you can't stop them old drivers. He should lose his mind not driving. He would lose his mind from not driving.
It's possible.
And then he also says, "Yep, I got those. Those are sharp looking. That's 60,000 pounds on that little thing." And he's headed eastbound. He's running RGN again. And he says, Scott's been walking like a 75-year-old man since the 1990s. Or since he turned 90.
Oh, whatever.
Glenn says you're 90.
Shit, he was younger than I am, ain't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are running pretty close.
These new drivers, I know it's like, but I would stay away from these big mega companies. That's just my opinion, my experience over the years.
Yep.
They're all for them and filling their pockets, the more they could take from a driver that's out there running.
And all they are is a number.
That's it. I run. The reason why I've been making it with my truck is because I run with an organization, a small organization of about 30 owner operators, and everything's in house, from dispatching, ownership, which is partnership within it all. So that's what's keeping us. You know how much longer we're going to be able to keep going.
Yeah.
The more they're taking from us, and that's a
And
fact.
they're doing it every day, and they're doing it on purpose.
Yeah,
And the only reason why I think is because they know drivers ain't going to give up these seats very easy, and then they're pushing for electric, and he's already said he's pushing for electric. So with him pushing for electric, he's pushing these autonomous as hard as he can go without anybody knowing about it.
Yeah.
And then also with him having the deals that he has with people that own railroads, he's pushing a lot of stuff on the rails and getting rid of trucks so his friends can get rich.
Yep.
Exactly what
Well,
he's doing.
Trying to get
company I work for, we got 100 trucks, but you know what? He treats it like a small company. We're taken care of like a small company, and I couldn't ask for a better boss.
Yeah.
And they've gone out of their ways many, many times to make it comfortable to be there and take care of the driver.
That's it.
As Glenn says, I would never work for a big company. I drive for a friend. He owns 2 trucks, treats us like family, and lets me do and go where I want to go and do what I want to do with the truck. I've been there 11 years and grew up with my boss.
Yep. That's your freedom right there. He said it right there.
Yep.
Yep.
The more freedom you got, the
And
larger.
that's the thing is the smaller the company, the better off you are. The Megans don't care. They're just looking for a warm ass to sit in that seat, and that's all they're doing. They just want to, so they can show numbers to the government. Oh, look, we got seats. Or they can put a warm seat in it, a warm ass in the seat, and say, oh, well, we ain't got enough trucks. We ain't got enough trucks. So they buy more trucks. Then they get more people out there. But
And
they're still limited the driver. The more drivers they put in it, is the more drivers they got sitting somewhere. They, all right, here, man, we got a load for you. You can run. All right, you're going to take a load from Dalton, Georgia. You're going to run to Colorado. Get on it. All right, so they run out the door. You got 2 days to get there. They get there, unload. All right, man, I ain't got nothing for you. You're going to be sitting there for a week.
Yep. And here's the thing. People need to
done that in 2000 when I worked for Covenant.
And people need to realize that all of us small guys together are the backbone of the trucking industry, not them mega companies. Because I've done the numbers over and over the years. There is actually more owner operators than they are the mega company trucks across the board. And that's a fact. We do more than a mega company because they're so restricted. They can't do so much. When we get the loads that they can't haul, that they can't get out there, we have to haul them, and they depend on us. So if the government took us away, that's the end of it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. What you guys are not looking at the big picture, and I really think this is going to play out sooner than people realize it's going to happen. When the corporate money goes broke, the corporate banking goes broke, they ain't got long to live before they're gone.
Exactly.
You got to remember, small banking, small drivers, small companies are going to still be around picking up the pieces because corporate can't do it. Because they're all funded by corporate.
Yeah.
And the European bank is crashing. It isn't months. We're talking about weeks, months. But it's not going to be 6 months down the line. It's not going to be another year down the line. Because they're busted right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the reason why.
You got to remember, they're running on printed money right now.
Yeah.
When the credit runs out, they're gone.
That's right. And that's what I'm telling you. It isn't long. We just need to hang in there. We need to fight. We need to stand strong. It'll all come back around. It's got
The
to.
only thing is, John, let's hope it comes back around and doing like it did back in the 70s, back when everything was done on a handshake. When you
Yeah,
ain't
but
got no megas, you got independence,
yep.
and say, hey, I'm still here. I can do it. You just got to work with me. Here, I can do a contract on a handshake because
Yep.
that's what it's going to have to be.
It's got to revolve itself. It's got to go back around, and it is. It's going to go back around, and it's coming because that right there is what is the backbone. Is what you have to depend on.
Yeah.
It's the old school way
Yep.
because that's what's
That's
been.
why I don't give up yet. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm here for the long haul yet, but I mean, I'd like to make 75, but I'm kidding myself. But I'm
That's
going
Yeah,
to
what.
do the best I
where
can.
I work at right now, it's 76. He said he'll die in a truck before he gets out of it.
Who's that?
We got our driver at work now at 76. He's
Yep.
already done said he'll die in the truck before he gets out of it. Because he ain't got nothing left. His wife has already passed. His kids don't have nothing to do with him. And that's his thing. He just drives. So that's what he's doing. He's driving until his time gives up.
Yeah, and I met a couple that was he was 85 and she was 81, and they were team driving out there.
Yep.
At Love's Stop. And they said that is their home. Their home is the highway.
Mm-hmm.
And they said there's no way that they're gonna get them out of that truck dead.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a story you used to tell, based on a true story that happened to me 43 years ago. And the story is a truck driver I met going down the road on I-10, coming back from California one time. And this story is about a truck driver that retired to become a truck driver, and at 75 years old, he was driving truck. Now, we sat down and stopped and had supper, and the first question I asked him when we sat down at the table was, what did you do before you became a truck driver? And I'll never forget his answer. He was a college professor that worked at Yale and Harvard, teaching history.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to listen to history. And by the time I walked out of there night, the one last word that he left with me that I've never forgotten, the fall of Hitler is what's coming to America. Guess what? Who is the New World Order? It's the family, the bloodline of Hitler.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it.
So Hitler died in 1958. He didn't die in Germany. There's so many truths that have been hidden from us, so many lies. You're going to start seeing the truth coming out. There's people that are supposed to be dead that are really alive. Why? They had to fake their deaths just to survive for today and what's coming down the pike. You've just got to believe in God.
That's it.
God put Donald Trump on this pedestal in 2016. He was supposed to take it in 2020, but we knew it was going to be taken from him. He's still in the background doing what he does best.
He don't.
Can only do so much because they need to expose the radical corruptness of the deep state, the black hats, and everything else. I'm sorry. That's where it's at. We just need to be patient, put our faith with God, and believe in God. The brotherhood, the sisterhood is strong because why? We've come together in faith. Most of our brothers and sisters are Christians. They're conservatives. And they truly believe in our Father.
Yep.
Yes, we do.
Tell people where they can find you, John.
You can find me on Truckers Hearts of Gold. My real name is John Freeze, so you can find me on Facebook there. I put a lot of videos out there trying to build up the brotherhood and sisterhood. Charles knows what I'm all about. Charles shares a lot of my stuff. And I feel like I've never been closer to God than I am right now. I was a little kid through high school that was beat on, bullied on, never said a word, never fought back. Now I roar like a lion. You hear me roar now.
Ask him if it's hands with a heart in it.
Is it Hands with a Heart in it? Is that it? Your group?
Yep.
That's it.
Truckers Heart of Gold.
Yep.
What do you think of the trucking community, honey? Everything? Okay, I'll put everything.
Yeah. John's full of knowledge. He's full of knowledge and he's got a lot of information. Just like John Hall, which is the administrator of two of my groups and the administrator on my page. He puts a lot of information out there. I mean, constantly, it's every 20 minutes there's something new he's putting on there because he gives the information. He's also a company owner. He owns 3 trucks. His dad still drives, but he's at home taking care of 3 disabled kids. But he dispatches, and then he takes care of my pages for me, and he also does other stuff for me. That's why I deal with these guys. I know them firsthand, and I trust them with what they do. And it's
Anybody that walks faith is mostly truck drivers because we live it every day.
That's right. 44 years and about 8.5 million miles, I've lived it. I've never wrecked a truck. I cried when I hit an elk the other day because that's the first time I've ever messed up a truck that bad.
Yep, that's
the only thing that they could say was when I got it home, I don't know how you did it. The fan and the radiator within an eighth of an inch of each other. The cooler in the front had spread a leak. It blew out over 600 pounds of pressure, blew out the oil out of it. Everything was bowed back and pushed back on the the driver's side, left side, because that's where the elk exited out of that side. So my placement was on the strongest part of the front end of the truck. Instead of hitting it straight on, I took it a little off the center. Yep. That's the only reason that truck made it home. I got an extra $250 for bringing the truck home.
I hit a deer one time, and he just went up under the truck and come out the other side. And believe it or not, I survived, and it survived because he got up and ran off.
Yeah. But I've hit plenty of deer. I've had them come out like hamburger out the ass end. And this one, the elk did take off running down through the ditch, and I had to laugh. The other day, one of the other drivers went by there, and they seen the same herd in the trees.
Later, Glenn.
And posted it to my dispatcher, and the dispatcher looked at it, and he says, that one on the left-hand side looks like it's limping a little bit. That must be the one that John hit. It was funny.
Yeah.
You had to laugh about it.
Michael says, same here, John Freeze. Bullied and always picked on growing up. Next job, hopefully, will be the big step up to making it on the roster on the Rotella calendar. He wants to make it to the Rotella calendar. So hopefully he does. I hope you do. I wish you the best of luck, Michael. I really do. He's a good guy. Been through a lot of ups and downs over the last 2 years because of the pandemic and everything else, and screwing him up with work. And he's just, he's getting his footing back, and he's actually doing better now.
I think my biggest legacy is my pictures that I leave behind. So,
yeah. Well,
I don't have any.
This is my legacy.
What?
I'm
said, I
hoping this is my legacy.
Yep.
Go ahead, Rick.
No, I was just saying and telling everybody, I don't have any group. I'm in several groups, but I have my page, which is Ramblin' Rick, Dixie, me and my wife together. And it's a personal page. That's how we live our everyday life through there. And we do pictures, videos, wherever we go, whatever we do. And we communicate. We just started Zello channel, Big Blue for Freedom. And we also started Truckers for Kids. We're getting truckers and kids together because kids
Good.
want to know about the trucking industry.
Mm-hmm.
And that's to me, that's it's bringing kids because they love trucks. They really do. And we've been everywhere and seen that.
And every kid that you touch with a truck, allow him to sit in that truck, honk the horn, will be a kid that never hates a truck driver.
Exactly right.
Yep.
It's just like today. I went by three kids and a mom walking in the grocery store right here in the parking lot. As I came in, the little boy's looking and holding back on his mom. And I could see the other two kids, and they're looking. And I thought, you know what? What they need is that horn. I honked that horn, and I'll tell you what, they were so happy.
Oh, yeah.
I seen smiles from all of them, even the mother.
But now my truck is getting a lot of honks everywhere through every state because it's all freedomed up, flagged up from adults. Adults and kids. I mean, it's unreal. And that right there shows you how bad it is out here. Because people are waking up and realizing their freedom is more important than anything.
Yep. We need to put a freedom ribbon out there along with the orange ribbon that we used to have. You remember that campaign that I did, Charles? It's on the Truckers' Hearts of Gold. I didn't go over really big because I don't think people understood, but I got it on my truck. If you see my picture, you'll see a bright orange ribbon on there. Truckers supporting truckers.
Yes.
It's a beautiful ribbon, and I wish more people would put it out there because that shows we're united. It shows that we pull together, and it shows that other people support the truckers. So I used to pass them out. I bought it myself. In fact, over, what was it, $1,500 worth of ribbons I used to pass out to people to get it out there. Well, like I said, there was only two of us doing it, but it's still on our trucks at work. They never did disappear off our trucks once they were put on. And I have people going by and they see that ribbon and they point out on it and they wave a pretty smile because it's about we support truckers.
Yep. And it's like what Michael says, my kids and nephews all want to be truckers. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you carry the legacy and the ambition on is through kids, through your own kids, through your nephews, nieces. There's a lot more women drivers out there now. A lot of people don't realize it or don't want to recognize it. But there is. There's a ton of women drivers out there, and more of them are getting in the seat.
Yep. A lot of good women drivers. Some of them are better than guy drivers even.
Yes. Definitely.
And believe it or not, there's more women drivers out there that communicate and come together more than the men drivers.
Yep.
As in sisterhood.
Yep.
And I
try not to segregate it. I try to keep it brotherhood and sisterhood when I put it together, and you'll see me use that quite a bit.
Yeah.
Because it is a brotherhood and sisterhood. Otherwise, we have nothing.
We've got to come together as brotherhood, sisterhood together to save our industry because it's going downhill.
Yep.
And that's what
I say.
And if we can't save it now, they're not going to have it then.
Right.
the government's trying to get in there and control it. And
Right.
the more they control, the less we're going to have.
Yeah. And they should be controlling it anyways. It's a private entity.
Yep, most of it
It's
is.
it's a private industry. It's a private entity. They shouldn't have their hands in it at all.
That's right. But they're trying.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
okay.
Well, it's just like farmers. They shouldn't have their hands in farming, but they do.
Okay, let's look at the real picture here of the problem. And I don't know if you've heard me talk about this, Charles, but this goes back to the Civil War time. When we went broke is when they started borrowing money. They borrowed it from a corporation that came in to bail out America,
Mm-hmm.
which was owned by the Vatican and controlled by the Vatican.
Yep.
We became a vessel at birth. A vessel, like a ship,
Yeah.
parks at a birth and gives birth. They
Yep.
considered us a piece of property. That's
Yeah.
why
When
the
they
footprint
created, yep. When they created the birth certificate, you were a piece of property.
Yep. And
You
you
were
were taxed accordingly because of you are property.
yeah.
Now, all this is being reversed. This is what Trump has worked on behind the scenes. This is what David Straight talks about, how they're reversing all this. This is why the New World Order will not come into play. Not in
That's
America.
why
They're
when
done.
Trump, that's why when Trump did his executive orders, it's we the people, not the United States.
He's the 19th president in the Republic of America.
Yep.
And the thing is, I've been to Trump rallies, and even now when he's rallying, he never stops. The man literally never stops.
Nope.
And I just went to the one in Michigan not too long ago. What he said, it takes we the people.
Yep.
Stand up to fight against what's going on with the government. It's going to take we the people to come together, and that's the only thing that's going to solve.
That's why we need to come together. And what I'm trying to say is no matter what, we need to sit back and watch. No, we need to come together and show strength, because the Gashars is only going to happen as we push to get it done.
Yep.
And that's our money coming back to us by the way of what they've stolen from us.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's all backed in gold right now. And
Yep.
people don't understand all this, but until we start getting that message out there and start bringing the people together, it's not going to happen fast enough. So the more we push, the more we come together, the more we stand together. That's why I have a hard time with non-believers that will not stand for it and start come together, because you know what? Their faith is not with God then. Because this is what God wants to happen.
Yep. This is God's way of moving people. We have to, and we have to move, because praying's wonderful, you know, but sometimes you got to move with him.
Yeah.
God helps those that helps themselves.
That's
It's
right.
old phrasing. That doesn't mean going out and stealing it from people. What
No.
it's saying is God helps those that are helping themselves to be a stronger, better person.
Yep.
To come closer in God and in faith. I'm sorry, Charles, if this is not where you wanted to go with this, but it's a moment of God here. And you go back to Mark Taylor. Mark Taylor made the movie called The Prophecy, Trump Prophecy. If you don't know about Mark Taylor, you need to know Mark Taylor. He was a veteran that became a fireman. That movie is the start of Trump's time coming in 2012, when the military came to Trump and asked Trump to run in 2016 election. He was appointed by God at that point in time. Believe it or not, that was Mark Taylor's prophecy. He's been right on all the way along. There has been a lot of people trying to make this come together and to bring out the word of God and the faith of God. And it's just like I watch, you know him, Charles, Pastor Gridlock, or
Yep.
what
Oh, yeah.
did he say the other day? If you're a Democrat, get the hell out of my damn church, because you don't
Yeah.
belong in my church.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're everything wrong with this country.
Yes, he was right. He's right.
He's 100% right. And that is the first time I've heard a pastor, a preacher, or whatever you want to call him, come out and call it straight using God's words. Because you know what? God's not going to condemn him. He's only going to strengthen him, because what is he doing? He's doing the work that God wants him to do.
Yep. That's right. The more
Amen.
that
Yep.
sticks together and comes together stronger for God, the more he's going to move. The more he's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
move and come back into this world, into our nation, and stronger than ever. And then they can't push him out again.
And
Yep.
if you don't believe in God, you need to start believing in God, because someday you will need God in your life.
Yep.
Because the only way back to our Father is through Jesus Christ to God. And he
Yep.
wants all his children to come back. And what are we all entitled to do? Is to bring our fallen brothers and sisters with us, to bring them closer to God between now and that time. I've
Yep.
been to like 3 times. I've come back, always wondering, what did God really want me to do? I know now.
Yep.
I will do this
Get
till
the
the
word
day I
out
die.
there. Yep. Get the word out there.
Oh, yeah. And that's what global freedom fighters are all about. It's love, peace, loyalty, respect, and God around this world. And that's what we've been doing. And they can't, there's no government can separate global.
No.
And we've been fighting ever since. I've been fighting for 9 years. But here just this year, it's got critical, the first of the year, when Canada, the freedom fighters over there rose up.
I was so proud of that.
And then we all started banding together, sticking right there beside them and rising up across the world. We still are. We're flagged up right now across this world.
Yep.
And we're not turning back. We will keep marching
Yep.
And
against it.
that's what we need all our brothers and sisters to do.
Exactly. Keep marching through the fire to see the light, because that's what it's going to take. You got to go through the fire to see the other side to the light. And these people are burning our world to the ground.
Yep.
And that's what we got to stop. And
This
God,
pandemic that's coming in, monkeypox.
Yeah.
Monkeypox is not much different than HIV.
yeah,
It's a sexual transmitted disease between males.
Yep.
The only reason we have 2 of them right now in this country as of Friday, I believe it was, is because they were up in Canada to a party that there was other people involved with, and there was over 22 up there. There was 14 places in the country that all came out of Africa.
Yeah. And there's
It's
one
where it
right
came
here in
from.
Virginia that come from Africa.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. Do not take the test. Do not take the test. Because I believe the test they got for monkeypox has a lab, how do I want to say, landmark monkeypox enlaced in the test kit. I believe that when they start testing, because they think you got monkeypox, and you got to know if you've been with a gay man or if your partner's been with a gay man or whatever, you know if you need to take that test or not take that test. But I would not
Yeah.
take that test because I believe this is the same thing that they followed up and did with COVID.
Exactly. You're right.
COVID is in A and B influenza flu virus and has been for many years. It
Yeah.
was given to us as a shot to fight against it. So you had it in your system. That's why they had to do 70 times to get it to show up on the test kits, okay? Once it
Yeah.
started showing up in the test kits, then they started farming all these sick people into the nursing homes, which then the plague took off that much faster. When you sit back and follow the tracking record, the second thing came out with the first shot. Spike protein added to it. And second, third shot, you had your chloroquine, chlordiazequine or whatever it was added to it, and a few other things added to the cocktail to make you that much sicker. All that was a way to attach the real COVID that they added into it to your system to make you positive.
Yeah.
Which
And make
was
your body
snake
think they're
venom.
normal. Yeah.
Which was actually snake venom added to it. Snake venom did the same thing as what COVID would have done. It attacks the immune system. It attacks your heart, it attacks your liver, it attacks your kidneys. It
Yep.
also coagulates your blood. So stop and think about that whole picture. They fed it to us by taking the shot. People are still going to die in the next 5 years because of it.
Yeah.
It's not over with. More people have died from the shot than what died from COVID, or what we will call influenza A and B COVID virus.
It's a way for the government to test people and run a test
Without having to do a test kit, all you have to do is take a blood sample.
in a way to limit power over us. Or they think they can gain power over us. Because there's so many of us and little less of them. So they're all going to try to do something to tear us down so they can gain control.
But they can put it in our food. They can put it in our water. What about this bird flu? Another incident. How do birds get the bird flu before the migration even starts up here in Minnesota and Wisconsin? Gee, I wonder, because the migration hadn't even started when they started killing birds off because they had it. It had to be put into their feed.
Yep.
Why have 26 plus factories burnt to the ground to disrupt our food chain?
Yep.
Look at the whole picture, people. It's all there in black and white. They're just trying to distract you from the real thing they're trying to do.
Exactly.
Kill you and bring in the New World Order.
Yep.
There is none of this about giving you a better life. Because the more they kill off, the more money they got in the bank.
Yep.
And they're going to make money off
interest off. Yeah, they make interest off of what you are no longer living.
Yep.
And that's why they sit there and say, dead people bankroll this country. They do.
Yep. You're a vessel.
Yep. Dead people bankroll this country. Well, we've been on here for 2.5 hours.
Sorry. Yep.
No, you're good, John. No.
Well,
it's the topic we've been wanting to talk about, and I know we've been trying to plan something, but hey, this actually kind of fell in my lap. And it,
did the numbers look good on the way through the whole thing?
Right now we're at zero. Right now we're at zero, but yeah, during the thing, the numbers were pretty good. But you know how Facebook and that lies about things. So
yeah, I know. And they love to censor me. So
yeah, the numbers were in the 20s on my end. I know I'm looking at Facebook myself, and it was showing 2, which I know that's more than that. But yeah,
Yeah, I bet there's more than 2 out there.
yeah. And I know there's more than 0 too, but you know.
Our numbers are always up and down on everything we do.
That's because Facebook plays with it. They want you to think,
They
oh, well, you're doing bad, shut it down. Oh, you're doing good, keep going. It all depends on what you're talking about.
Yep.
TikTok does the same.
They want you to
Yeah.
spend the money to blow them up.
Yep.
And it's
And I
funny
don't
how
spend
you
no
would
money
spend the
on it.
money to do it. You spend the money to do it, and oh man, did you get the numbers the next time around? You know?
Yeah. The only thing I spend money on is the platform that I'm using to do the broadcasting. That's it. Other than that, I don't spend no money on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Rumble, none of them. Only thing I haven't done is hooked it up to Instagram because, Instagram's there, but it's the same as Facebook.
Well, I'm gonna say this: if you're not on Telegram, get on
I'm
it.
on Twitter. Yeah, I'm on it. I just ain't got it hooked up yet. I need to.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm on Telegram.
JFK, Q17's on there. The president's got his own site on there. There is Stu Peters is on there. He's got a lot of darn good information. He is a bounty hunter from Minnesota that
Yeah,
used
right
to be
now,
relevant
right now I'm
TV.
trying to get it hooked up with Truth Media.
Okay.
I'm trying to get it on there. I just got to get a couple things ready for them.
Telegram. I use TikTok and Facebook, and that's about it. But the thing is, we use a personal profile.
Yeah.
Because they don't target that as much as they will a
page or a group. Yeah.
Group.
And I found it's better to move things by Messenger than to move it by Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I literally blow the so much they actually, for the first time ever actually suspended me.
Yeah.
On Messenger?
Yeah, on Messenger.
Yep. That's because they're watching and listening in the backgrounds. Because if you actually look at the detail when you read the thing for Messenger, you grant them permission to come in and listen. When you agree to download Messenger. That's why I use Rumble. Rumble lets you.
Yeah, another good one.
All encrypted.
Rumble.
It's encrypted and it's licensed. So they can't sit there and shut it down because it's actually a licensed platform, a licensed program. So when my program goes to Rumble, it's licensed.
We use Zello as a walkie-talkie app, and we double secure.
Yeah.
So that works too, by double securing.
And I was using GoDuck or whatever that is.
Oh yeah, DuckDuckGo.
Yeah, and that was doing all right till last week, and then there was a glitch, and then it came back again. So I don't know. I don't know how secure they are. But I'm going to let you guys go to Charles. Give me a call later.
Yeah, I'll give you a call tomorrow.
All right, sounds good.
All right, sir. Have a good
nice
night, John.
meeting you, Rick.
Nice to meet you.
God bless.
God bless you, brother.
Yep. God bless you, John. And he's gone.
Charles is good show, man. I really enjoy it.
Anytime you want to come back on, just hit me up.
I will, brother.
Back on, we'll talk some more.
Yeah, and I appreciate it, man. I got your number and you got mine now, so we can communicate like that if we need to.
Yep. That way we don't have to.
I'll definitely. Even if I'm not on the show, I'll definitely be listening.
All right. Yeah, I'm just trying to get more of it out there. Let's see. April made a year of me doing this for a year now. And it's actually built up quite a bit from a year. I had to go through some bad to get where I'm at, but Yeah, it's come a long ways. Michael's another one. He's been there since the beginning, so he knows. Kelly's been there from the beginning. Scott, John, and John knows the in between what went on, what's going on, so he knows the full story of everything that happened.
I'll definitely be sharing it out. So,
all right, appreciate it.
Yeah, so maybe more people will start following.
All right, that works for me.
We've been through some bad times too, man. We know, it's hard, man. You have to work. It's bad that you got to work around people that will try to bring people down, man. That's
you
really
work around people that actually. That's all they're there for is to call you out or put you down or put false quotes, false negatives on you to get you banned, shut up, quit, so that you shut up.
that
happen. So
we come across to them all the time, man, because when we start a movement, everybody wants to react, and they'll do, and it's just about like everybody's out there cutting everybody's throat when it ain't even necessary, really. Just everybody group together and go forward with the movement. And
here's the thing with that, and I can tell you where the main cause of this is because for the last 10 years, everybody has been taught, don't worry about the other guy. It's all about you and just stick with you. So what have they done? This is where we got the me, I generation. It's not, hey, it's the next generation that wants to learn. It's the I, give me, me. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need, the world don't need leaders. They only need unity.
Yeah.
Everybody together.
Everybody can be a leader. Yeah.
And that's what people need to understand, and things will get moved a lot faster and a lot better that way.
Yeah.
One person can't do it all. There's no way. No one is God. Even God needs help.
Yeah. Well, God says, you got to help yourself before I can help you. And you got to ask me for the help.
Exactly.
He goes, I got the solution. Hell, what do you think I've been doing? I created everything, and I created the problem. I created the solution. Here's the thing. I gave you free will. You got to ask me or figure it out.
Yeah. And we've tested all these theories over the years. We've done rallies and been to rallies. Might be 5 people there. But then again, there could be 200. Could be 1,000.
Yeah.
It's all about what the people believe in.
Yeah.
And to be able to believe in unity as power, the ones that really get it and believe in it will be there standing beside you. Them are the ones that knows exactly what's going on.
Yep. And have your back through thick or thin. Yep.
And I've proved that with Big Blue rolling up in January with Canada on the U.S. side. The only one there to get their back. And then within a matter of a couple of days, we had 150.
Yeah.
And that bridge slow rolls 65 miles that goes across there. So that's the power of God in unity.
Oh, yeah.
Without a doubt.
Like, I'm giving you signs, people. I'm giving you signs. Wake up. Here's the people that are telling you to wake up.
Yeah. And we're definitely going to be there next Saturday. And we're going to do it again.
I heard that. Some of these guys, like John, he's in Wisconsin. Scott's in Texas. Glenn's in Louisiana. Kelly's in Florida. I'm in Tennessee. So, I'd be the closest one, but trying to get time and with work, it really makes it rough for me.
And our goal is to hold the line this time as long as we can, and show everybody, the people, and show the government that we're not going to back down from them, that we're going to stand strong in front of them, that we, the people, need to be heard and sing to.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't just call the shots for everybody when everybody's not on board.
Yeah.
And that's what they have forgotten over the years.
Yep. Definitely.
But brother, be safe out there, and we will be in contact.
All right. You do the same, brother. Take it easy. And I look forward for the phone call or the message.
All right, brother.
All right. Later, man.
Later.
Well, very interesting show tonight. A lot of different point of views, a lot of different people that come on, had different ideas on things and what they were talking about. A lot of things to make you think. I had some info. I didn't get to all my sponsors, but I will here in the last little bit. I will put them in there. But yeah, something to think about. Something you need to think about. Start looking up, reading. There's a guy on YouTube by the name of, let me see what his name is again. I had it earlier. Where'd he go? Oh, his name is David Straight. David Straight is his name. Y'all need to get a chance and look at it. He's got a 5-episode deal on things you can look up and read. And it's something y'all need to look up and check it out. It's on YouTube, and his name is David Straight. You need to watch part 1. You'll understand quite a bit, and then you'll be able to go to part 2, part 3, part 4, and part 5. And there's a lot of info in there, a lot of things you could do that would blow your mind. And he's also got a website, and I think in part 1, that when you go through it and you look at it, you can actually see there's a website, and I've done it, and it involves your birth certificate. It's on a secured, encrypted line, but when you go to that website, you punch in your birth certificate number, not anything else, just the birth certificate number, which is a Q&I number, which is technically a banking account number for the U.S. government, that they're making money. And you can actually watch your name and that number bounce all over Wall Street every day and see the money that's rolling in. And he's got a way that you can claim that money and get that money because it's your money. There's a couple of different ways of doing it and getting it. You just got to be able to listen to him and listen to how you got to do it to get it done. But yeah, his name is David Straight. You need to check him out. And it's got a lot to do with some of the stuff that we were talking about. The government's, like John Free says, the government's making money off of you and you just don't know it. You're actually worth millions, believe it or not. Some of you are even worth billions of dollars, depending on how many times you went to college, what type of degree, where you worked at, if you were in the military. Each one of those things adds up more money, more money, more money. Every job you go to, every time you advance and go up on the career ladder on a job, more money. Just telling you. We looked at one guy, one of the guys from work. He had 3 degrees from college, was in the military. His numbers were showing $35 billion. Yeah. So right now, I believe he's in the middle of trying to get certain things done. And he can actually claim that money because the government made it different. So just saying, things y'all need to look up and check out. and that, but I'm gonna do this, and then we'll get back and finish her up. So here we go. This is a good friend of mine.
Left her lazy, left her free.
That was Greg Kaiser, Austin Kaiser's dad, from Kaiser Trucking, out of Virginia. Good people, really, really good people. And then everybody knows who.
I'm coming in.
That's old Gary Jones from SPB Trucking. And that's his little cab over, wasting money. Not wasted, wasting money. That's a beautiful truck. Really, really is. And I got to do this. I got to plug this for a friend, Mr. Mitchell Bottomley. There you go, sir. Told you I would.
We got 4 brand new Cascadia Freightliners in today. Please give us a call 336673305 or go to bottomlyenterprises.com.
So I just want to give everyone a quick glimpse of this. See the new on the truck. You see it. Just now getting it ready. Just put grease on the 5th wheel for the first time. Got it decaled up. I'll show everyone the insides of them. These are nice trucks, boys. Very nice trucks. Got a lot of room. Double bunk. There's the other bunk. Y'all can just take a glimpse, look. Very nice units. Got a lot of room in them. Just want to show everybody what they are. Anyone looking for a job, please give us a call at 336-673-3058. Thank you.
Man, this job is killing me. Is this the way it's supposed to be? I don't know. I'm a working Joe.
And I'm going to say goodnight, y'all. Y'all have a good one. See you on the next show, which will probably be next Saturday. And, yeah, old Troy Massey, he's got some games he's got going on. They got a couple of new Kenworths in. They got one that they're playing around with Bubba. Bubba actually is Atlas Transport. He's actually got his KW, which is just a phase. And he's got one, it's a red trailer, red Kenworth, and got his driver that's going in it to come out of, depending on how he plays it. But it's pretty funny because he says it goes almost a phase, is what he called the driver in the truck. But I told him he ought to call the thing a red eye. It's just red and chrome, and the trailer's gorgeous too. So I thought red eye would be suiting for that truck. But it's up to Troy, wherever he wants to do it. It's his baby. But yeah. So on that note, y'all have a wonderful night. Love y'all. Glad y'all stopped in, hung out, listened, maybe got some good information. But later, y'all.
Truck drivers don't talk about how hard it is to walk out the front door, knowing it could be weeks before we see our families again, or how we promise our kids we'll be back when we know there's a chance that we may not. Calling up an old friend to talk about old times, but all they want to talk about is last weekend when you were 1,000 miles away. Working a long 14-hour day, backing in and shutting down. Open up social media just to see family and friends gathering. makes you feel like life could go on without you. These are the burdens that we bury.